A place to be, to groom your words, a place that is secured for the rest of mine. No other place but Burial Schools is the best.
Good morning, grade 3 learners and my beautiful audience. Alright, you're welcome again to our class on mathematics. Remember, we are still on area. And in our last class, we looked at the area or the area of a square, where we carried out some problems or calculations. Alright, today we'll be looking at more problems on area. Alright, but it's going to be a mixture, a combination of area of rectangle and area of a square. The essence is for you to know how to differentiate or to identify and differentiate between the area of a square and that of a rectangle and how to calculate them. Alright, first of all, you have to get the understanding of the question, and you have the ability to differentiate between the area or problems that leads to the area of a rectangle and those that leads to the area of a square. Alright, so now please pay attention, because at this point it's very important for you to be able to differentiate between the area of a rectangle and that of a square. So the questions are going to be a mixture of these two problems. Alright, okay, we are going to start with example 1, which we have here, and the question here is calculate the area of the shape below. Calculate the area of the shape below. Here is the shape. Alright, before we solve this problem, remember I told you have to understand the question and also interpret it to your own understanding so that you can solve it correctly. First of all, the question that should come into your mind is, what shape is this? If I may ask you, what shape is this? I guess you are saying a rectangle. Alright, if you are saying a rectangle, you are correct or you are right. Alright, looking at this rectangle, the length has been given to be what? 14 centimeters. And the breadth has been given to be what? 3 centimeters. Alright, next, what is the formula for calculating the area of a rectangle? So we write area of a rectangle. The formula for calculating the area of a rectangle is what? Length times breadth. That is L times B. L times B, where L stands for length and B stands for what? Breadth. Alright, next thing we are going to do is to substitute. What's our length? Our length has been given to be 14 centimeters. So, alright, while the breadth has been given to be what? 3 centimeters. Alright, next we are going to collect the numbers. That is 14 times 3 times cm times cm. Alright, and now we have 14 times 3. Alright, using your rough work, we have here 14 times 3. Okay, this is 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is what? Using your multiplication table, your answer will be what? 12. Alright, so you're going to write down 2 and then you carry over 1. So now we have 3 times 1. 3 times 1 is what? 3 plus the 1 you carried over. That makes it 4. Alright, so now 14 times 3 is what? 42. While cm times cm is what? Cm squared. Alright, that is the area of the given shape. Alright, the area of the rectangle, of this rectangle is what? 42 centimeters square. That is our answer. Alright, let's proceed to the next example. Example 2. And the question is, find the area of the shape below. Find the area of the shape below. First of all, what shape is this? You must identify the shape before you calculate, or it's when you identify the shape that you know what you are going to know the actual thing to do, all right, to get the answer. So what shape is this? I guess you are saying a square, sorry, not a rectangle. What shape is this? This is a square. All right. First of all, what are the properties of a square? A square has all its sides equal. I guess some of you may be wondering why just one side is given. All right? So just one length has been given in the question. So with your knowledge of the properties of a square, you agree with me that since all the sides of a square are equal in length, and one side has been given to be 3 meters, and this other side, since this other side is 3 meters, this one will be what? 3 meters. The reason being that all the sides are equal in length, all right? So you can write this, though it has not been written, you can add it. So this other side is what? 3 meters. This other side is also 3 meters. This other one is also 3 meters. But since we are going to make use of only 2 sides, we are going to limit ourselves to just these 2 sides, because we don't need the other side. All right? So now, we can now solve our problem. All right? Next is, what is the formula for calculating the area of a square? What is the formula for calculating the area of a square? I guess you are saying what? Length times length. So we write area of a square. Area of a square is what? Length times length, or L times L. Alright, so where L stands for length, the first length, and then the second L stands for the second length. Alright, so now we are going to substitute. The first length is what? 3 meters. Times the second length, which is what? 3 meters also. So now you collect or bring the numbers together. That is 3 times what? 3 times m times m is what? That is 3 groups of 3. 3 plus 3 plus 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, adding them, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 times 3 is what? 9. And m times m is what? M squared. Alright, the area of the given square here is what? 9 meters squared. Alright? So we are going to proceed to move to example 3. Alright, here is example 3, and the question is, calculate the area of a shape whose length is 10 centimeters and breadth is 5 centimeters. This is a word problem, And remember, I told you that before you solve any word problem, you read it over and over again and get the understanding before you start solving. Alright, first of all, what are you asked to find in the question or calculate in the question? The area of the shape, alright, of a shape, of a given shape. Alright, and the givens here in the question, what has been given for you to calculate the area of that shape is length, which is what, 10 centimeters, and breadth, which is what, 5 centimeters. Alright, having understood the question, you now proceed to solving it by drawing this shape. First of all, if you take a closer look at this question, you agree with me that length has been given and breadth has been given. And if you ask which shape has length and breadth, I guess you are saying what? A rectangle, alright? It's a rectangle that has the length and the breadth. So though it has not been specified here, alright? But with your understanding and with your reasoning, you arrive at that. So next we are going to draw the shape of a rectangle. Alright, having drawn the rectangle, the next thing is, what is our length? What is our length? In the question, length has been given to be 10 centimeters. So our length is what? 10 centimeters, alright? And the breadth has been given to be what? 5 centimeters. So let me use this side so that you don't feel you're supposed to use only this side. So will you use this side or this other one, since they are both breadth? Alright, so the length is what? 10 centimeters and the breadth is what? 5 centimeters. So next, what is the formula for calculating the area of a square? Now we have area of a rectangle. What's the formula for calculating the area of a rectangle? Is what? Length times breadth. That's L times B, where L stands for length and B stands for what? Breadth. Alright? So what's our length? Our length is what? 10 centimeters. Times, and our breadth is what? 5 centimeters. So now, bringing the numbers together, we have 10 times 5. 10 times 5 times cm times cm. So now 10 times 5 we have here, using our rough work, we have 10 times 5. Alright? 5 times 0 is what? 0. And 5 times 1 is what? 5. So 10 times 5 is 50. So we have here 50. And then cm times cm. Cm times cm is what? Cm square. Alright? So the area of the rectangle is what? 50 centimeters square. Alright? So having come this far, we are going to call it a day. But before I leave, I'm going to give you just few assignments. Here are a few questions for your assignment. Number 1, calculate the area of the shape below. Here's the shape. And number 2, find the area of the shape below. Alright? And then number 3, find the area of a shape whose length is 7 meters. Find the area of a shape whose length is 7 meters. Alright, with this we come to the end of our class for today. Please ensure you stay safe obedience, and study your books. Goodbye for now.